What's up, Windsor? Fiona MacDonald and my beautiful co-host, Krista Klundert of Angie Goulet and Associates, and we're super excited to be at Remax Preferred Realty.
We are. We're back to the OGs, the originals.
OGs.
Yeah, we don't have a guest today, which means we're going to annoy you with lots of real estate stuff.
That's exactly it. Are you excited?
Yes.
Stick around. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk all about real estate today, which is good.
Yes, real estate and Windsor. I feel like we haven't talked about Windsor for a little bit, so there's a lot going on in all of these realms.
There is a ton going on, and it's exciting. Like, I feel like the city of Windsor and Windsor-Essex County as a whole is just really starting to clean up.
Yeah, clean up and wake up.
Yeah.
And we've said this before where it feels like Windsor is either like construction season or no construction season, right? And it feels like nice weather is coming and just everything is good news and lots of news.
Yeah. You know what concerns me a little bit about this whole construction season?
Yes, which is coming.
The traffic. Like, I cannot believe I've been on 42 going east, EC Row. Like, 401 is usually decent, but outside of that, I cannot believe the traffic.
I know.
Going east to west and vice versa. Like,
on all streets, like Tecumseh Road, Wyandotte, all streets. It's busy all day long.
Crazy.
And is it, I mean, we know that our population is growing, so it's got to be that. But I'm feeling like we need to figure something out because instead of taking 15 minutes to go across the city, it's now taking a lot longer, which we're still spoiled compared to big cities, but.
Right. It's a very small problem compared to, say, Toronto or something, but it's noticeable in our area. Like, the drive from my house to the office here used to be 15, 17 minutes. Probably shouldn't have been. But that's impossible now. That's impossible. Yeah. It's about half an hour.
Agreed. Yeah. It's strange, but anyways, so
what is going to add to that mix? We've got lots going on. Anyways,
construction is going to add to that mix. Yeah. It's construction season coming up, but let's talk real estate for a little bit. So what do you see going on? Let's start with that.
Okay, so we were talking about this a couple of minutes ago, and there's always like an ebb and flow to real estate, to specific markets. So we're talking about Windsor-Essex as a whole and kind of what we've been working with. And we were both chatting saying it was pretty busy end of March, right? Would you say?
Was.
My phone was ringing, listings were really busy, buyers were excited. It was the buyers piece that I really noticed is like buyers were very excited.
Yeah.
April was a little bit different. Like, there was a shift.
It was.
And I think we nailed down why, right?
The mortgage rate announcement.
So the mortgage rate announcement early April held, right?
That's right.
So I think the flurry of activity end of March was all of those people trying to stay a bit ahead of the game.
Because as we've said before, as soon as these mortgage rates go down, more and more buyers are going to come out. So prices are going to go up. So I think people were trying to beat that at the end of March. April was quiet. However, quieter.
Still strong market, still far better than it has been in a long time. Like, I think we're seeing multiple offers, all of that kind of stuff.
I was just going to say that. It seems a lot to me like the multiple offers are here to stay for a while.
Yep.
I'm also noticing, I was a big supporter of let's get rid of this list low, sell high game in March and beginning of April. Everybody is back doing it.
It's back. Unless I'm not going to say that it's there for the $1 million+ range or even nearing that price point, but anything under that, absolutely. That's the strategy that people are going with.
A very good, I think, glaring look at this. I was involved in a commercial sale the other day. $1.2 million was the list price on this property. 5 commercial offers. Property was only listed for a week.
So the commercial
why is that?
Market has really picked up again, brick and mortar. Like, I think that was pretty quiet for quite some time through COVID, and it's really picking back up again too.
You're right.
Our area is booming.
And is it to that, I mean, there's construction of commercial spaces everywhere, but it's almost like, which is really great news. We see all of these things moving in, like Cobb's bread, Mary Brown chicken, like even just stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it seems like we don't have enough commercial. And anyway, I just thought that was a really interesting thing. Like, 1 week, 5 offers. It ended up, it did sell. But anyway,
yeah. So a lot of that, we've got strong projections for our area.
Yes.
Right. And just like we have for quite some time, like our price increase through the big spike through COVID was double the national average, for example, right? Our population growth through that big boom was significant compared to most areas, right? Like all of a sudden, Windsor's been put on the map. We've said this over and over again, and people are noticing us. We've got the big battery plant coming. We've got all sorts of people. Sounds like we're going to have quite the Korean population coming our way. They're hiring a lot of Koreans
at the battery plant
to work at the battery plant.
I did hear this, yes.
So expect to see, like Ray, my husband works for a Korean company, and he's like, you're going to see Korean barbecue restaurants coming up, like all sorts of
delicious.
So that's kind of exciting.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
So the next mortgage announcement is coming out June 5th.
Right. So expect see.
Yeah, June 5th, not until June 5th. So we're just May now.
We're a month away, but I expect to see that flurry again. Because everybody's optimistic about that.
I also, just like we usually see, sellers are coming out of the woodwork again right now too.
Yes.
I have 7 listings coming out for May, which is like, wow, that's fantastic.
That's a lot, yeah.
Right? So it seems like now it's the sellers going, okay, spring is here. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Now, let's look at some numbers though, because I think a lot of people wonder, what kind of a market are we sitting in? I also will say this. I get so many people. I had a phone call the other day and the guy goes, must be nice to be sitting around and finally be slow. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We're not slow.
So interesting, because I think it depends on what news feed you read.
Yes.
People are getting completely conflicting updates on what's going on in the market.
And I said, where did you hear that? As I was watching Netflix. No, I'm kidding. I was not. No.
In your pajamas at noon.
No, but honestly, it's just, there's this thought process that we're not busy and it's a fire sale again. So looking at statistics, snapshot of last week, 966 resale homes were on the market. That's decently healthy.
Slightly down.
Yes.
Slightly down from a couple of weeks ago, right?
Slightly
Not
down.
Significantly, but 100 and
that.
Change lower.
And last week we had 86 sales. So that tells us.
Which is slightly down as well.
Slightly down as well. We usually have about 100-ish a week. So this was slightly down.
We have over the last month and a half or so since spring market hit, right?
Bingo, yes. Yeah. What that means is we have about 8.5 weeks of inventory right now. That is still considered a seller's market.
It is a seller's market. And I don't see us, you know what, something could change over the year. Who knows? But we have such a demand. We have a pent-up demand. I was reading an article just about like new homes being built in the Windsor area. Like we do have certain goals for the city of Windsor and Essex County as a whole, and we didn't achieve that goal for new doors built residentially, just to kind of keep up with the demand and lessen that housing crisis, really. And so the goal again is to just really get more homes built, because at the end of the day, yes, density, but it's still not meeting the needs.
Can we go ahead and say it? More affordable homes need to be built as well.
So great segue. What's going on?
The big announcement in Windsor.
Yeah.
So Windsor just announced yesterday that they have chosen over 200 potential spots, by the way, a 7-acre parcel on Wellington Road that is going to be known as the housing hub.
Okay, so interesting, right? That's just right near Crawford area, right?
Correct. Yes.
Wellington.
It's the 700 block of Wellington, which is West End, Wellington and Wyandotte approximately.
Is there a landmark near there?
There is. It's called Leopards, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay. Sorry to
I've never been.
Yeah. Driven past. So there's a parcel of land there.
7
Tell
acres.
me a little bit about this.
So from the few articles that I read, they are going to be building 64 one-bedroom housing units, specifically to help with the homelessness problem in the city.
Right.
As well as social services will be provided. So I'm going to assume they'll have some sort of like rec center or something that people who need help, probably a food bank, probably.
I'm guessing crisis intervention, medical intervention, right? Social,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
social workers.
Before this podcast, you and I had talked. This conversation, I'm sure, can go either way. I see this as a huge bonus for the city.
I think I don't know that I've heard about this in other cities. I'm sure it's happened, but I think it's a really good start. It's a start. There's a problem and it's not going anywhere. I think it's actually going to grow with affordability. Housing is just not affordable, right? And so that's just going to increase the issue.
And we do see a lot of people living on the streets in Windsor, which is, of course, disheartening and all of that. But what's happening to our downtown area right now because of that is not good either. Like, it's really hurting businesses. People are, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, I think people are afraid to go to the downtown core of Windsor. It's got so much potential, and so many businesses, I do believe, want to be there. We've got the Hive that was just built. We've got another condo building that's coming. So I'm anxious to see.
Well, that's our main, like, that's our downtown, right?
Yes.
And we should always, I think every city should be proud of their downtown area, you know? And Olette was bumping at one time,
It
right?
was, yeah.
And so by no means is this lack of empathy or in any way, but it's like we need to figure out good placement and care and everything for this problem that is not going anywhere, right? We have some amazing organizations that are in the downtown core area and services. And so it just has made sense for that to be the location because services are close by. You've got the hospital there, all sorts of things, right?
And perhaps, you know, if we have an area where a lot of people are we then able to bring additional services there to get the help that they need, right?
I love this idea exactly for that is like they've chosen a parcel of land, provide services, and so it can be somewhat self-sufficient.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Now, I don't know timelines on that. It was just announced yesterday that they have chosen that spot. So it'll be something to keep an eye on, and we'll report back to you on it. I don't know.
With more details. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see it. And good
excited.
job, City of Windsor.
Yeah, very good job. And then I'm excited to see, too, the regeneration of our downtown.
I agree.
Right? That'll be nice. More patios.
Yeah. Yes. We need some more waterfront restaurants, don't you?
We do. And that is one of the challenges with Windsor. Beautiful sidewalk and walkway at the riverfront, but there's nothing on it.
It really is beautiful though. When I make it down there and go for a walk or a bike ride down there, it's gorgeous. Like we are very blessed with a beautiful waterfront, great skyline to take a look at.
Yes.
Across. So
now this would be before your Windsor time. There used to be a hotel right on the water. It was a Holiday Inn. And
so where was that?
So do you know where there is a water treatment plant now?
Yes.
That's where the hotel was.
Okay.
And apparently it was sinking falling into the river, and they had to tear it down.
So I think that's where everybody fishes now,
yes,
right there.
Yes,
and there is a project going on just down the trail a little bit. I don't know what exactly that is.
I don't know, but I know there's sculpture gardens all along there.
So right before you get to the sculpture garden, there's a project, there's some construction going on there. We digress. Let's move back to...
So let's talk about more good news for Windsor. There's quite a bit. The bridge is almost ready to connect.
Have you seen it lately?
I have, but you know, depending on the angle that you're at, it looks like it's either already connected.
Like it seemed like a project that everyone was talking about, but you couldn't see a whole lot for quite some time. And now all of a sudden it seems like it's just really coming together quickly.
Yes.
I think we've still got a good year or two before we're driving across it or biking or walking.
Or walking, yeah.
I don't know where exactly it lands on the other side that you're going to be a pedestrian, but we'll figure that out. I think it's connecting to some sort of trails or something.
Yes, it should be. Yeah.
Exciting.
We'll have to do a podcast of us walking across the bridge.
Yes. You into it, Ben?
Ben with his drone.
So another exciting thing, I've got some family in Wheatley, just outside of the town core. And when I drive through there, I just go, wow, like that's a shame because it's a cute little community. There's a great ice cream shop there, by the way. They sell these mud pies. I forget the name of it, but if you're in the Wheatley area, you need to stop there. They've got amazing ice cream. Anyways, the building that blew up, for lack of a better term.
Hate to say it, but it is what it is.
It has been sitting there taped off for how many years has that been?
I feel
we
like
should have looked it
4.
up.
We probably should have Googled that.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
So they're preparing to demo those buildings that were affected by that. So that's exciting for Wheatley. They get to rebuild their community.
I'm sure the town is very happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Wheatley is a great little town. Also, it blows my mind every time. It's like 11 minutes from Tilbury. It's like
it's not
super
far.
close to
and
other
Wheatley
towns.
Provincial Park is beautiful.
Yes.
Have you been there?
I have several times. My parents are actually going there camping this weekend.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. That's where I went to see the eclipse.
Oh, yes, you did.
And I looked at it too many times. And my eye doctor, who will be on this show eventually, scolded me. So,
of course she did.
Yeah, I damaged my macula, quite possibly.
The other thing you had said, the LaSalle Skate Trail.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I remember seeing this presented like last year, and I thought it was kiboshed, but I just read an article that came out yesterday saying that the skate trail will be coming out, or construction is starting. So that should be good for this winter.
Yeah.
Details, I don't have a lot about it, but that's exciting. Lots going on in LaSalle.
So can I ask a really dumb question? Is it skate like on ice or skate on like roller skates?
I'm not going to make
Guess
this
it's
up.
not that dumb of a question.
I think it was like ice skating, but then
Oh.
somebody's argument was like, we don't freeze for that long. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's skateboards. Thank you for asking a question I don't have an answer to.
All of a sudden it hit me. What skate does that mean? But either way, good for
Maybe
LaSalle.
all of the above.
In saying that, LaSalle has so much going on, like so many
much.
markets. There is, so let's get into what is there to do in May? Oh my God, so much.
There's a lot to do in May, which is exciting. It's like the beginning of the summer season and markets.
I feel like I'm
and
barely going to
events.
be home this month.
I know.
It's great.
I know, it is great.
So in saying that, in LaSalle, the night markets are back this weekend. Oh my
So
gosh,
I
this
haven't
sounds fun.
attended. Full disclosure, I have never gone to one of the LaSalle night markets. We've
Me
announced
either.
them over the last year or so. Never went. So
We should
fully
go.
intend on going. Yeah.
Well, this
But
one
tell me
sounds
about
fun. It's called Pinkalicious, and it's specifically a girls' night market this weekend. So that sounds fun. I unfortunately can't go this weekend,
No,
but
I know.
Pinkalicious, look that up. Also reopened is the downtown farmers market.
Oh, which I love. I have been to that, and every year it's growing.
Yes,
It's growing and growing.
it's every
like,
Saturday.
it's every Saturday. It's all morning until like I think 2 p.m. You're right on Polisher there. And I know, did I just say it different than everybody says it in Windsor?
Nope, you said it right. Not
Nailed
like
it. Nailed it.
Pierre for Pierre.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But go
Always
down there.
mix it
There's
up.
so many great businesses that are along that strip anyways. And
Yeah.
they've got, like, have you been to the coffee shop March 22?
I have not.
It's awesome.
Is it?
It is awesome. And they sell cronuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
yummy.
You need to have a cronut.
So they have a booth in the downtown farmers market?
They do, but there's so many, like, there's Usha Eats. We need
So
to
I have to
take on
admit,
her.
I have never been to the downtown farmers market. I
Okay.
don't know why. I love markets. I just have never, I think I don't get up that early on a Saturday.
So you know where I park is like the old parking of the downtown Mission. It's right on Polisher. And so you park there. There's
smart.
pay parking there, and you walk up the street. There's live music. There's a dog's breakfast, which is a great restaurant, breakfast place. Anyways, tons of great stuff. Baked goods, clothes. There's a
Fresh
vintage
flowers,
store
I
down
heard.
there. The pedal truck.
I need
always
to get
has
that.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
stuff. So go.
So also, Cinco de Mayo, one of my favorites. Favorite days of the year. There are events going all over
It
the
wasn't as
city.
Mexican as I planned.
I think it's ay. But anyway,
Oh,
we have
gosh.
not had any margaritas yet today. Cinco de Mayo, Windsor Eats, is throwing the biggest bash of the city.
Was I there last year, or was it? No, it was actually the Mexican Carousel of Nations at Windsor Eats last year.
yeah.
And it was amazing because they have this salsa band
Oh, fun.
that we actually had at my house for my 40th birthday. They
Oh, my
are
goodness.
amazing. So
I
I'm
love
hoping that they're
that.
there on Sunday. So that is Sunday. Yeah.
It is. I think
Saturday is May the 4th be with you.
It is. But I think actually Windsor Eats is a Saturday and Sunday. I thought I saw on their
Okay,
website.
check it out before you go.
Walkerville Brewery is having a party.
I've got to believe El Patron is having
Oh,
something,
for sure.
right?
Yes.
Anyways.
Casa de Mita. I said that wrong. What is the name of the restaurant on Wine Dot? Mia Casita.
There it is.
Mia
And then in
Casita.
Kingsville, you've got El Diablo, which is probably having
Sorry.
something too. So
No margaritas
Yeah.
yet today. Also, we've got this month is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you.
and to you.
Thank you.
And to all of you.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff going on for that as well, specifically brunches. I know Crew Winery is doing a special Mother's Day brunch. Any restaurant
yeah?
is doing a
What are
special
you gonna
brunch.
do?
I really wanted to do a downtown Windsor Mother's Day cruise,
Okay.
a brunch and cruise. It's with Windsor Premier Cruises. We've been on them before. I think you've been.
Yep.
Super fun. So yeah, I was going to look into that. But whatever you do, have a good Mother's Day.
Have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Rest,
We've got
relax.
nice weather going on, so that's always like such a bonus to be able to do something outside, enjoy the flowers and everything. So that's nice.
Exactly.
Okay, and what else do we have? Masters of the Brew-niverse. What is that?
So that is a beer festival. Is it at Willisted Manor? Oh gosh, I want to say it is. And it's all different breweries that come together. You walk around and you beer taste. So there's a lot of alcohol going on this month.
Whatever you do, go take a look at windsorite.com because they've got all of this stuff listed.
They're our best
more
friends.
and more. We might have got some of the details wrong, so
Yes.
confirm before you arrive anywhere. But like
Last
they're great.
thing I want your opinion on. So June 5th is the next mortgage announcement. What do you predict? And I won't hold you to it, but what do you predict is going to happen?
You know what's so tough? Like I don't want to be a pessimist. I really want the rates to come down. I think some of the markers are indicating that it will. But the cost of living is up, right? Like cost of living is just up with that carbon tax,
food. It's funny now that I just placed a grocery order on Instacart, and the same burgers that I bought last year for the backyard were $15 a box, $20 this year.
Like that's
what?
Sorry, that's
same box of burgers, probably smaller. Everything is up.
That's more than a 25% increase. Like that's
crazy.
Significant.
So in saying that, are they going to drop rates?
Anyways, all I'm going to say is we are preparing for the fact that they are going to. We fully believe that the market is going to do an upswing in the next probably week and a half. Everybody's going to try and stay ahead of the curve.
Agreed.
And we're going to see a flurry of activity in May, I truly believe.
Yes.
You've got your 7 listings. You're going to have all sorts. I've got a handful of listings. I don't have 7. But just wait, we'll see.
Well,
Her and I always compete.
Yes,
Game on.
Yes, hope is 7. If 3 come to fruition, I'll be happy. But
regardless, I think it's going to be busy. So if you are in the market looking to list or buy, again, we always say it's a good time to do both. And it really is. It's not a sales tactic. It's a great time to do both.
We also should just very quickly talk about if you are pre-approved now, if you close, if the mortgage rate does come down, if you close after that announcement, you get the new rate.
Right.
You get the lower rate.
And something else that I was reading is like, it's a good time to buy. If you get approved for, call it 500,000 right now, at the rates that we're at, that means you're going to be able to easily afford your home when those rates drop, right? So that's a good way of looking at it.
It
right?
is.
It's a little bit of reassurance, just like that 2% buffer that the banks have done.
The stress
as well.
test.
The stress
Correct.
test. It's all to make sure that you're not finding yourself in a home that you won't be able to afford with any kind of market changes. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
And so good to think about as well.
Yeah. So the point is, call us. We have a whole team of people who can help you out.
And they're awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also do need to shout out, we do have several open houses this weekend.
Yes, we do.
And so check Angie Goulet and Associates Facebook page, Instagram page, all of those things. Be sure to visit us. I think point here is it's a volatile time with what's going on. There's a lot of headlines. There's a lot of things that people aren't understanding. Give us a call.
And don't believe the hype.
Yeah.
Except for ours.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks everybody for watching.
Have a great week. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
And Mother's Day.